Benn Conn and Sheridyn Ashwood will be performing a Grand Prix Pas de Deux this evening. And Ben, could I ask you about your riding history, how you started riding and what your training experiences have been?
Yeah, I started riding dressage when I was about 10, and then I went to Europe when I was 15 to train for a year, where I rode for PSI, which is a really big auction yard, probably the most prestigious auction yard in the world. After that, I came home, finished school and did law, and then I went back to Europe and worked for PSI again. And since then I've worked with probably 5 or 6 of the most profound trainers in the world. Normally 3 to 4 months at a time, because I tried to study and keep my own business running, but that's the basis of where I've gone with my training.
And did you find that some of these people you've trained with have been the greatest riders in the world? Does it necessarily follow that a great rider will be a good trainer?
Completely not, no. I think that to be a good trainer you have to be able to articulate feelings very well, and Germans aren't really good at articulating feelings as a general rule. So I would say that the best experience I've had training wise was with a Canadian girl that was based in Germany for a long time, Leonie Bremal, and she obviously speaks very good English and typical Canadian, very good with articulating feelings. So she was the best trainer I think I've trained with. She's also a very good rider, but I've trained with probably better riders that weren't anywhere near as talented as she was at articulating what was happening. Yeah.
Thank you. And Sheridyn, you've ridden quite a lot of thoroughbreds and trained them through to a high level. Would you like to tell me a little bit about how you find riding thoroughbreds compared to riding warm bloods?
Well, we couldn't afford warm bloods, so I used to get horses off the track and train them up, and go as far as I could with them. And out of that, I had 2 FEI thoroughbreds. One of them was blind in one eye, and I still have that horse. And he went all the way through to into 1 level for me. I do particularly like riding the thoroughbreds. They have a very good work ethic, and they're very motivated to work for you, whereas you find the warm bloods, they can be quite lazy and harder to motivate.
Right, thank you. And the horse that you'll be riding in the Pas de Deux this evening, could you tell us about him?
Prestige VDL. He's a Dutch warm blood. He's 14 years old. He's 16.3. We bought him out of New Zealand a year ago, and I started back on him at small tour level, and then just this year we've pushed him through into the Grand Prix again.
And Ben, your horse that you'll be riding this evening, could you tell us about him, please?
He's an 11-year-old. I've had him indirectly since he was a foal. So we've trained him all the way through. I own him in partnership with a lady called Philippa Woods in New Zealand. Actually, the woman that Sheridyn bought Prestige off originally owned this horse as well as a small foal. So, but we've brought him to Grand Prix. He's 11. It's his first season. I think he's a very exciting horse. He has another year or so before I think he's really established, but it's an exciting future, I think.
And it should be an absolute delight watching pupil and instructor or coach this evening performing a Pas de Deux together. And we wish you all the best. And thank you, Ben, and thank you very much, Sheridyn.